All right. It's time. It's time to wait several more minutes. And then watch State of Play. Can of Snails. Can of Snails, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Going out to our community, getting stick bugged. Sacred Legion, Kairu Kurosaki, Zar69, Noldor77, and Alex, the Fire King. Enjoy those subs, courtesy of Can of Snails. Thank you so much. Thank you. Really, really appreciate the love and support. And Blue Pa, welcome back. Thank you for the 53 months. Thank you. Thank you so much, Blue Pa. Townfall news, let's go. It is Townfall News Day. At the very least, Townfall News Day. Some people are anticipating more than that. I imagine the transmission's gonna mostly be about Townfall. Probably only about Townfall. We might get one little quick mention about Silent Hill 1 Remake or something. I really doubt we'll see anything from Silent Hill 1 Remake. And I really doubt we'll get news about anything else. I don't think Born from a Wish is gonna happen. I'm not expecting anything really outside of that. I think it's mostly gonna be Townfall. But I'm excited just to learn more about Townfall at this point. But good to see you guys. What's up here, Amy? Hey, Pythonicus. Captain Blad. Good to see you, man. State of Pain. Slate of Pain. Magpie. Hello. Blood Countess. Nora. Shadow Noises. Akari. Plate of Steak. Hey, Zelatath. El Payaso. Hey, Newman. Blood Countess gonna keep bugging Bloober to give us Born from a Wish DLC. It would be nice. I like the Silent Hill 2 remake. I would not be against getting more for that game, having some more of that game to play. More Maria perspective. I'd love to see that DLC, but I feel like it's pretty safe to say it won't happen at this point. Bloober could always surprise us. This fucking Ape Escape ass music getting me hyped to learn about some video games that I'm probably not going to play. Saying plate of steak has made me want to eat that rotisserie chicken in the fridge. Rotisserie chicken. I had way too much pasta for dinner. And dinner was also at like, I forget what time, like 2 in the morning. My sleep schedule's completely upside down, so excuse me if I'm a little delirious during the stream. We've been I've been waking up at weird hours. I've been streaming and going back to sleep at weird hours. My schedule has been all over the fucking place. Yeah, Diablo 2. Diablo 2 got an update. I might have to reinstall Diablo 2 and do a Warlock playthrough with fucking stash tabs and loot sorting and like 30 new items. Insane. Who would have thought that we would get 2026 Diablo 2 expansion? Catmech, thank you so much for 69 months. Nice. Nice. Thank you so much, Catmech. How bad is D4 doing then? Well, the Warlock expansion dropped for Diablo 4, Diablo Immortal, and Diablo 2. And I think Diablo 2 is the only game that has had a significant spike in player count. People are only really excited for Diablo 2 getting an expansion, even though the exact same expansion is also in Immortal and 4. It's almost time. Boop, 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 boop. Let's turn up the audio a little bit. Although, I don't know how loud it's going to be once we get to actual trailers. Yay! Show Silent Hill immediately. Get it out of the way.
I sense suffering here, Spirit. Do you need help?
From Ember Lab.
A spirit guide? It's been a long time since we've had one of your kind in Cosmora. I'm glad you're here.
I hate how poisoned my brain is to things looking AI generated.
That temple has been sealed as long as I can remember.
Because the immediate style of this game
With the secrets of forgotten practice.
looks like those AI video prompts where they're like, make it look like a Pixar movie. It looks good. It genuinely looks good. Just, I hate that my brain is fucking so poisoned to...
corruption. Maybe you can do the same.
Especially that type of editing. That type of editing where it's like 2 seconds and then like fade to black and fade back in. And then fade to black and fade back in. Because the prompt can only handle generating like a few seconds of video at a time before it looks too fucking weird.
Fear will bind you, gripping to the present, which must always pass.
Whoa!
Regret
Look at that
will bind you,
hit stop. It's like Silent Hill F,
for the past.
my favorite action game.
Love will
And it's
bind
got
you,
Breath of the Wild
yearning for a future you
bow
will
draw
see.
time stop. cool.
Unbound, may you depart in peace.
Kena. I never played the first one.
Hey everyone, I'm Josh and this is my brother Mike.
We hope you enjoyed that first look at our next game, Kena, Scars of Cosmora.
After the amazing response to Kena Bridge of Spirits in 2021, the team was excited to take on the challenge of creating something even bigger and better this time around. Our partnership
Played the
with
first one for 2
Studios has
hours.
empowered us to
Was it
expand our scope
amazing?
while still staying true to what
Was
made
it
the
was
first
it
game
a
special.
the most
Since our
amazing
adventure
2 hour
with Bridge of
experience
Spirits,
you've
Kena
ever
has
had?
grown into an older, more experienced spirit guide. Her reputation now precedes her. She comes to a new land called Cosmora.
Also,
home to
let me know if
multiple
the audio
distinct
and everything is okay.
On this
If
adventure,
I'm
Kena
too
discovers
loud or
a
too
spirit guide's
quiet,
role in
if
helping leading
the
people, not only those who have passed.
trailer stuff is too loud or too quiet.
With
Let me
PlayStation
adjust it
Studio
now
support,
when
we're
it's
building on
Kena
everything that fans loved about the
before we
first
get to
game.
something
Deeper, more dynamic combat,
we actually care about.
epic boss battles, a larger, richer world.
Kena's a little
and,
quiet.
of course, our charming spirit companions.
Kena, Scars of Cosmora
Kena.
releases on PlayStation 5 and PC. Thanks so much for watching. And
Audio's
enjoy the rest
fine,
of the
but
show.
I'm loud. I'm too loud? Okay. Trailer's a little louder now. I'm slightly quieter. I'm super loud.
Long ago, in the wilds of Eso, demons terrorized the land and subjugated its people.
Balance is good now. Okay.
They were known as the Spider, the Oni, the Kitsune,
Hey, Fox Mask.
and the Snake. Many fought back. Many were cut down.
Silent Hill F2. It's looking good.
Nothing can stop a true warrior from vengeance, not even death.
Should I turn off alerts?
Who do you think will come out on top, Sam? You or me? I can't wait to find out.
Hey, it's getting a PC release with a faster turnaround time than the Death Stranding 1 PC port. Finally be able to play this. It's worth it, Pythonicus. This game was great. I really love Death Stranding 2. I want to go back to this game at some point and do a more proper playthrough. I kind of started rushing through it
Hi,
towards the
I'm
end.
Mike Booth from Bad Robot Games and game director of 4 Loop. As a game designer, a core goal of mine has always been to make game experiences that offer interesting surprises and unpredictable moments that never get old. The result is 4 Loop, an emergent, challenging, 4-player combat sandbox where you and your friends succeed through cooperation and improvisation, and where no 2 runs are ever the same. At the heart of 4 Loop is a probability map, which combines alien technology and human ingenuity to plot your best path forward to defeat the invaders. Each node represents a different mission with its own risks, rewards, and surprises. Everyone votes to choose the next mission. Once you've chosen a node on the probability map, your team will teleport into the mission. You may have to collect mission-critical resources, or even rescue survivors that can offer cool upgrades from your gear, all while trying to avoid the alien forces constantly sending drop pods and kill bots.
Thank you for saving my life. Let me get some
We've worked
cool
hard to
upgrades.
ensure that there are tons of items to choose from, and a lot of strange creatures and mysterious things to encounter. For example, this weird alien plant is called a blink root, where you can collect a blink berry, which will teleport anyone who touches it to a random, distant location. All the various enemies, weapons, items, and mission objectives are all designed to interact with each other in dynamic ways that create emergent gameplay and endless, replayable chaos. That means your decisions really matter, and creativity and improvisation are key. We really want players to try things and think outside the box, like hacking an alien terminal to provide intel to the rest of the team, or being bombarded by killbot drop pods, or barely escaping with your life. And if you do die, don't worry. So long as one of you makes it back to home base.
Oh, if I play this, I'll definitely die.
Ready to try again.
There's no if.
The home base is a place for your team to readjust their strategy, evolve your loadout, and choose rewards from an increasing array of powerful gear and upgrades. Each act of the probability map culminates in one of multiple boss battles. This is the Scanner Boss, a huge geologic surveyor that scans for flux deposits to harvest. Its scan fields are very lethal, creating a dynamic obstacle course of lasers to avoid while attempting to destroy the boss itself.
Book of Memories
Because the
2
scanner's
announcement.
body rotates like a 3D puzzle.
Prepare your
You must
body.
Spread out and attack it from all sides. All, of course, while avoiding the slow-moving, lethal laser grids. Our goal here
Still
is
haven't
to
held
create
dropped on
something
Nub
new,
yet? No,
where
we
every
still
run
need
has you
to.
yelling
I
and
still need to
laughing
play
and saying,
some
I can't believe that just happened.
some
We're currently in
Helldivers.
pre-beta, so there's still plenty of polish to come, and we need players like you to join us in upcoming playtests.
For pre-beta,
Your feedback will be invaluable in helping us make this game truly
that game
great.
actually
We can't wait
looks
for you
better
to play
than I
it
thought.
for yourselves. Now, go and fail
I was kind of thinking
to
it
save the world.
in the back of my mind, like it looks very unfinished and kind of generic, but if it's still pre-beta, a lot could change. Looks interesting though.
Look! What's this?
Not the type of game I usually
That's
play a
the
lot
Earth.
of.
You really can make everything with lunafilament, huh? Looks a bit like New York.
Is that a place on Earth?
Pragmata demo is pretty interesting. I still haven't played the demo.
Found any survivors?
I haven't seen anyone besides you since leaving the vault.
I should probably check it out
All
at some
alone,
point.
Huh? I know the feeling.
Hey, Hugh. What were you like as a
For
kid?
being this like new
When I
original
was young, I lived
Capcom
in
game,
orphanage.
I haven't been
I
super
was a lot
interested in
like you.
this for some reason.
I had a few bumps along the way, but I had someone looking out for me. And now it's your turn.
Removal time exceeding estimates. Deploying reinforcements.
Deploying Bobots. Oh. First time seeing that design. Interesting mechanics and Lost Planet vibes.
That's 6 now. 6 survivors of Raccoon City, all
Oh.
dead from the same thing.
Yeah, that's not good.
Leon Sex Kennedy.
Victor purchased a building after Umbrella went under. The Rhodes Hill Chronic Care Center.
Look out, there's skeletons. Leon. And there's Ashley.
You okay? What does Victor want with you?
What do you mean?
Imagine if they had Ashley show up as a horrible monster.
Did you find anything on Elpis?
Not yet. Nothing on the servers at the CIA or the Pentagon.
You are an ignorant fool.
Leon, we're running out of time.
Oh no. His advanced aging.
Why me?
The team has settled on a person
Leon's
of
infected with
interest,
something.
a former T-virus researcher.
Is he gonna have latent Ouroboros? Is he gonna have latent Ouroboros and go full Weskin?
Raccoon City was where it all began for me.
I'm coming with you.
We can talk. What do you want to know?
I don't want any more regrets. Whatever it takes, count me in.
It's been a while since you've been back there.
Yeah.
I love the look of the destroyed RPD, though.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Benson.
And I'm Sid Schumann. We're back with a new batch of games on their way to PS5.
But before we begin, we wanted to highlight the upcoming release dates for both Pragmata and Resident Evil Requiem from Capcom.
February
Both are coming
27th.
soon to PS5 with support for PS5 Pro.
It's almost
Now, let's
time.
return
It's
to the
almost
dark
Resident
world
Evil
of
Requiem
Nosgoth
time.
With an announcement for fans of Legacy of Kain. 2003's Legacy of Kain Defiance is being remastered by Crystal Dynamics and will be available to pre-order today.
Legacy
the
of
final
Kain.
chapter in the Soul Reaver saga brings players into the conflict between the vampire Kain and his betrayed lieutenant, Raziel. This remaster boasts updated HD graphics, a new third-person camera, and wayfinding level maps.
That's
as
cool.
well as bonus features like character skins,
New skins.
lost levels, deep lore,
New levels.
photo mode, and more. The digital deluxe version of the game includes
That's cool.
promotional comics and a playable demo of Dark Prophecy, the unreleased sequel to Defiance.
Given the choice,
I will say I'm a lot more likely to replay the Soul Reaver games than
to challenge the fates for another throw against one's destiny.
Loopers or
was a
whatever
kid
that
to do.
shooting game was
Legacy of
earlier.
Kain Defiance Remastered launches next month and will be available to pre-order starting today.
Anime!
Brigandine Abyss is the latest installment in HappyNet's Brigandine series, which dates back to 1998 on the original PlayStation.
Yeah, Brigandine's been going
This
for a
fantasy war
a long
strategy
time,
tells the
a
story of
while,
6
and a
heroes
long
who
time.
rise
Tried to
against an
combine
empire invading
into a
with
long time.
overwhelming power.
僕はキマイラマスターにより作られし戦闘兵器
Enjoy deep
Kimaira.
strategic gameplay with over 100 unit classes, including knights and new types of monsters. And countless hours of gameplay, with 6 main storylines and side quests across 24 nations.
大陸の守護者たる私たちの兵をこうもたやすく
Brigandine Abyss launches this year, and you can wishlist it starting today.
Now
Will I
let's head over
stream
to
Resident
Koei
Evil when it
Tecmo
comes
Games in
out?
Yokohama for an update on the Dead or
When I
Alive
play
series.
it, I will stream it. I don't know if it'll be right on
プロデュ
launch.
ーサーの林です。本日はデッドアライブシリーズが新たなアップデートとともに復活することを発表させていただきます。
無限転身の名にかけて
Dead or Alive?
本作デッドアライブ6ラストラウンドはオリジナルのデッドアライブ6をベースにダウンロードコ
All
ンテ
the
ンツとして
jiggle.
追加配信したキャラクターをセッ
It's
ト
a
にし
shame that that's all this fighting game series has really become known
新
for.
コスチュームの追加
Because legitimately, the Dead or Alive fighting games are
行っ
excellent.
たタイトルです。
These are some fun fucking fighting games.
今後も新キャラクターや新コスチュームの配信など継続的なアップデートを予定しています。
That and the terrible movie. I would say more people associate volleyball with this than the terrible movie at the very
ぜひ
least.
ご体験ください。
あなたに私は倒せない。
デッドアライブは1996年から展開している対戦アクションゲームシリーズです。
Stop talking about how old all these things are that I've been playing since the first one.
30周年になります。そのタイミングでこういった発表できることを大変嬉しく思います。では最後にこちらの映像をご覧ください。
30th anniversary.
デッドアライブシリーズ最新作も開発始動しました。続報お待ちください。
30th? I'm dead. Hey, this is also Silent Hill's anniversary month. Silent Hill is 27 years old in like 2 weeks. A week and a half.
Zoe, I see the spotlights.
And you're getting closer. Listen, Dylan, we're getting distress calls from the theater, but research thinks we might have a resident on our hands. No one should have survived that.
Then I'll hurry.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mikael Kasurinen, and I'm the creative director of Control Resonant, the game-changing sequel to Control.
Wish I could be excited about this, but didn't like Control or Alan Wake 2. I still haven't played them.
In-development build. We play as Dylan Faden, our supernaturally gifted hero, in a version of Manhattan like you haven't seen before. We recently acquired Shift, an ability that empowers Dylan to seamlessly move through gravity anomalies and adapt to the world around him.
Whoa, it's just like Chronos the New Dawn. Games gotta have their anti-gravity perspective shift mode now. Wait, how does that... Wouldn't gravity... Never mind. It's like pushed it and it fell off the building and then it fell sideways.
Any updates for me?
Kind of. You'll know it when you hear it. Just try to stay alive out there, okay?
Gravity is a lie? Gravity is a lie. It was made up by the government to make it harder to fight robots in the streets. Remember, this is canon in the Alan Wake universe.
I think I hear something. I know where the resonant is, Zoe. I'll call you back.
Resonants are the dominant threat in what's our most ambitious game to date. And we can't wait to share it with you later.
It's very,
in 2026.
Death Stranding-ish. The imagery, all the bodies like floating in that pattern. Whoa. Everything has hit stop and slow down.
Long ago, you were made for this night, to save the age of man. Half human, half angel. They call you sin. I call you salvation.
Cue the Doom music. Tiger Knee. Doom Souls. Yeah, beat him to death with that lantern. Teamwork. Crimson Moon. Oh, right, this game. Oh, right. Game Freak was working on this one.
任務は分かっているが。
主の発見と討伐。
そうだ。
Is this the same game that I'm thinking of? They showed this at another gaming thing. Not this exact trailer, but other stuff from this game. Got the Rafiki stick. Game Freak not making a Pokemon game? Did you not see that wolf with flower tail? That's totally a Pokemon. This is absolutely a Pokemon game. You couldn't pull 10 Pokemon. Excuse me. Yeah, Beast of Reincarnation. That's August this year. It's got a dog friend.
Thanks to Fictions and Game Freak for that new look at characters and combat in Beast of Reincarnation. It's coming to PS5 this summer.
Our next title debuted 3 decades ago alongside the original PlayStation.
Stop
and it introduced the world to an iconic
mentioning that
character.
part.
Today, Ubisoft and Digital Eclipse celebrate that
Rayman
legacy
is
with
back,
Rayman
baby.
30th Anniversary Edition. This digital museum features 5 playable versions of the original game, including the 1995 PlayStation release.
Have I played any of the Puppet Combo games? I have not played them myself.
Rayman's development through a long-lost
but I've
playable
watched a lot of
prototype
people play
restored
them.
for the first time. Plus, an interactive documentary packed with unseen design documents and never-before-heard insights from the original creators.
Et à un moment, c'est Sony qui arrive en disant bah voilà notre console, on va révolutionner le jeu vidéo.
Rayman 30th Anniversary Edition
Ubisoft canceled 10 other games to bring you Rayman 1 again.
Physical editions will be available June 26th.
This was cheaper and easier after we laid everyone off.
Mina the Hollower is an action-adventure title from the creators of
Oh, hell yeah. New games for my
Take control
NES.
of Mina as she charges into a bizarre mission to save a cursed island. Whip foes into oblivion, burrow under hazards and monsters, and hunt down secrets in a pixel-perfect love letter to handheld gaming. Mina the Hollower's release date is on the horizon. The limited-time demo will be exclusively available on PlayStation 5 tomorrow.
Okay. PS5 demo tomorrow.
Set years before
We're gonna
the
play
events
that.
of the original game, this prologue tells the story of how Alba and the wolf cub Neva first met. Alba must earn the young wolf's trust and guide her through the blighted wilderness.
I keep forgetting about these
Together,
games.
they will face new enemies and endure perilous trials.
And then I'll see the trailers again
while
like this,
confronting
and
a
I'm like,
monstrous force
I love
that
this art
threatens to
style.
tear them apart. Players can look forward to using new gameplay mechanics in all new locations. Neva Prologue launches February 19th.
That's a week from now.
Up next, a tactical stealth action title from Shueisha Games and
Oh,
Acquire. A
tactical
team with ninja
stealth
credentials
action.
dating back to the Tenchu series.
Yes! Spiritual Tenchu successor. Put it in my veins. Tenchu Wrath of Hell. Let's see it. There's Rikimaru. And Ayame. And Teshu. Okay. Interesting way to do the, like, line of sight perspective thing. Commando's spiritual successor, yeah. $2027, but that one actually looks kind of neat. It made me want to replay Tenchu.
We are the children of water, born of the goddess. You filthy creatures.
I like your hat.
Faithless, soulless, unclean. This world was never yours to keep. How dare you stand in the way of purity, little king?
Short King. How dare you stand before me, Short King? Oh my god, it's Bakba Soup. That's my favorite streamer. Is this supposed to be Chicken Little? Ultra Mega Chicken. He is legend. Chicken versus ape. Meanwhile, at Helm's Deep, Project Windless. That's a terrible name for a giant ninja chicken game. Lucasfilm.
Our newest racer has arrived!
Oh.
Welcome to the Galactic League!
Star Wars racing game.
Since you're here, why not take part in a friendly exhibition race?
The not pod racing game. that's also going to have pod racers in it. Yeah, this is swoop racing. Whole nother level. And speeder bikes.
Impeding! Impeding! If they weren't holding me back right now, I'd have you frozen in carbonite!
I recognize that voice. Why do I recognize that voice? What the fuck kind of line was that? Remember Carbonite? I remembered Han Solo in the Carbonite and I laughed and I clapped. That's what that line was.
Bond is immature and reckless. He's a bad influence on the other recruits who inexplicably
New Bond
fall
game.
victim to his charm.
Look, I know where this is going. Do you mind telling me why I'm here?
I would like you to
Young
join
Bond.
His Majesty's Secret Service.
You what?
I know all about your exploits in Iceland.
I strongly believe that there is a need for such heart and intuition in modern spycraft. That's the very reason I'm bringing back the Double O's.
Need I state the obvious? He is not ready.
Jibs, the service is over.
You're a rare breed, Bond. I should be interested to see what you do next.
009 will employ every manner of subterfuge to avoid capture.
Try not to draw attention to yourself.
Can't believe they're dragging you back to Star Wars after all this time.
Housekeeping, I presume.
But are they dragging you back into the world of
So you won't do anything stupid.
Fame's Nond?
Of course not. I'm not an idiot.
Agents have very short life expectancy. And if you do get caught, we will deny ever having heard of you. How does that sound?
When do I start?
And you can get the deluxe edition upgrade. And wear a little sailor suit. Da-na, da-na, da-na-na.
I'm Peter Brown. I manage the game content team within Third Party Portfolio. We evaluate games coming from publishers all over the world, from indie to AAA. Those of us in the Third Party Portfolio team travel the world and meet with our partners. And it's even more exciting for me when those partners have been foundational to my own love of video games. And Konami is definitely one of those partners. I think a lot of
Konami.
people remember Konami for being with PlayStation in the very beginning, taking some amazing franchises that everyone already knew and loved and injecting them with new technology and new ways of designing video games that we haven't thought of before.
I mean, when I think of Konami, I think of a lot of stuff that
Konami approached us with their
predates
list of
PlayStation.
announcements for today's State of Play. So to mark the occasion, we wanted to try something a little different. We join you today from Konami Creative Front Tokyo Bay, not only to share some really exciting reveals for upcoming games, but also spotlight some of the key talent behind them. We're really excited about the diverse lineup they've brought today, and we hope you will be too. Enjoy.
Okay. Metal Gear. Master Collection 2. What? We actually get Metal Gear Solid 4 on a fucking new platform?
Punishment I must endure.
Peace Wonker.
Outer heaven. He's taken command of this immense
Whoa.
army and is now preparing to unleash an insurrection.
Liquid's goal is to seize control of SOP, the Sons of the Patriot system that controls the soldiers.
Will you do this for me?
Oh, that's awesome, actually.
Terminate Liquid.
How long is my
The
body
worst
gonna
MGS
hold
before MGS 5.
When all of this is over, you'll have no choice.
But it's no longer locked on the PlayStation 3.
This is my final mission.
So began the war between
Hey.
Zero and Big Boss.
There's Hiro Usuda artwork in that cutscene with Big Mama.
Just stop Liquid's insurrection. Liquid! Guns of the Patriots!
Because I knew where my loyalty belonged.
Peace Wanker.
Nukes.
Nukes.
They're bringing nukes into Costa Rica.
Not the nukes.
We are not allowed to bear arms.
We've got to stop them, hot cold man.
You must drive them out of our defenseless country as our deterrent.
Yes. Simply say Jack. Over and over.
Awesome. Is that you? Beelzebub! Bahas!
Oh, hell yeah. Peace Walker was amazing for PSP. And even with my issues with Metal Gear Solid 4, I kind of love it. And you get Ghost... What? Ghost Babble?
メタルギアシリーズ制作プロデューサーの岡村典明です。メタルギアファンの皆様、大変お待たせいたしました。プレイステーション3向けのみで発売されていたメタルギアソリッド4
targeting Pythonicus specifically.
5でついに遊べるようになります。加えてプレイステーションポータブル、プレイステーション3向けに
Dude,
発売された
why can we not get this for Silent Hill?
メタルギアコレクションシリーズの第2弾となっております。メタルギアサーガのラストを飾る伝説の作品を最新ハードでぜひ体感してください。
Exactly. Wish Konami would do this for the original 4 Silent Hill games. Because Konami, yeah.
初代プレイステーション向けに発売されたメタルギアソリッドには高解像度設定を追加し、ご覧のように映像
Wow.
が
It looks just like the PC version now.
またメタルギアソリッド3スネークイーターについてもさらなる高解像度化を実現しております。本日よりアップデート配信開始となりますので、この機会にぜひメタルギアソリッドマスターコレクションボリューム1も体験してみてください。さらに、今回の発表を記念いたしまして、
Yeah. The thing to keep in mind is that Metal Gear Solid as a franchise is 8 times bigger in terms of sales numbers compared to Silent Hill.
これからもメタルギアシリーズの展開にご期待ください。
That's why Metal Gear Solid gets this treatment.
こちらの映像をご覧ください。
But hey, we're getting a Silent Hill transmission later today. We're getting new Silent Hill stuff too. Uh-oh. Something is wrong with Snake. Something has happened. Oh, Darwin's Paradox. It has Metal Gear Solid levels. They're really pushing their Goofy Octopus game. You would play the goofy ass octopus game? Little Nightmare Octopus Adventures? I mean, it looks kind of good. It looks neat. And I like that it references lots of other games and series and stuff, so. Oh, Castlevania. 40th anniversary.
In
Fuck
the
me.
name of His Most Royal Majesty. By the grace of God, the King of France.
We're gonna spend the rest of the stream playing Castlevania 1 and drinking Metamucil. It got fucked up. Death.
So now, we appeal to you. Trevor Belmont.
Hey!
Last of House Belmont.
Belmont's Curse. Another Trevor game.
ご覧いただきありがとうございます。
That actually looks
キャッスルバニ
cool.
アベルモンドカースプロデューサーの谷口勉です。今回見ていただいた映像はキャッスルバニア
It's almost as cool as
40周年
Blasphemous.
記念第1弾となるキャッスルバニアベルモンドカースのアナウンス映像です。これまで我々のチームは多くの方にキャッスルバニアに触れていただきたいという思いでシリーズの過去作を最新ハードでプレイしていただけるようにいくつかのコレクションタイトルを配信してきました。また多くの素晴らしいパートナーとコラボレーションにも取り組んでまいりました。そしてやっと本日新しいゲームについて皆様に報告できるところまで来ました。そのことがすごく嬉しいです。今回のタイトルではイビルエンパイアモーションツインという才能と情熱にあふれるシリーズへの愛を持ったスタジオとともにプロジェクトに取り
I
組
mean,
みます。
legitimately, this does look really good. I like the art style. I like the classic, somewhat classic Castlevania vibes. With a little bit
シリ
more.
ーズファンの方はもちろんぜひ遊んでくださいと思っておりますが、まだキャッスルバニアに触れたことがない
A little bit faster pace, a little bit more going on.
発売は2026年を予定しておりますので、続報を楽しみにお待ちください。
That said, kind of Dead Cells style, the way Yami pointed out. Oh, Townfall.
Doesn't do me.
Everyone shut up.
You can't stay in this room forever. I can't stay in this room forever. I know this is going to be hard. But you have to come back to me. Come back to me, Simon.
Oh, Yamaoka style beats. Good thing you didn't lose your glasses.
I woke up in the water again. But this time it's different.
That's not Silent Hill at all. The town in Townfall is not Silent Hill. It's Saint Amelia.
I keep trying to fix what happened. But no matter what I do,
You can't fix it. It doesn't let us change things.
Good old box of guns.
You did
Oh,
what you
he's got the hospital bracelet already. Hey, the new Screen Burn logo officially on a trailer. Okay. Oh, geometrical headed monsters. First person. Lying figure. It's gonna be like that? That is not what I was expecting from No Code, from Screenburn. Okay, well we've got a whole Silent Hill transmission after State of Play, and we're gonna learn a lot more about Townfall.
By Lightfall. Shining
The next Silent Hill game not taking place in Silent Hill. I understand why they're doing it, but I hate that that's the new trend of the new games. More anime souls? I don't know. I don't even know what's on the screen in front of me right now. I'm processing Townfall information.
Hey! Ash, come on! Let's begin our journey.
Those were Her Majesty's words.
I'm going to defeat you here and stop the Lightfall.
Think I would have preferred Silent Hill 1 Remake? I mean, we're getting that too. We are also getting a Silent Hill 1 Remake. But that's further off. It's still in production. Yeah, Silent Hill 1 Remake's already been confirmed. They teased that last year. There's like no trailer, which is why probably most people don't follow it, but oh, you were in the army for most of last year? Okay. You may have missed some stuff. That's fair. But yeah, Silent Hill 1 Remake was already officially announced. Again, we have very little information. We know that Bloober Team is making it, and that's about it. Not actual gameplay. Yeah, we're getting a lot from Konami. Look at Konami making video games again.
Must be able to move unconstrained, unrestricted.
More than Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pro Evolution Soccer. John Wick? They're making a John Wick game?
He must be versatile, capable, adaptable.
Yeah, get his ass with the pan.
He must be grounded, stable, constant. I believe you are ready, sir.
Keanu. Yeah. Okay. John Wick beating dudes up. The game.
Good morning, New Cascadia. This is Joy, your community outreach liaison. It's a lovely day
Bungie.
outside. It's quiet. Very quiet. Rainfall is expected to begin in the early afternoon and last until a long time. For those who did not wake.
Oh, this is Marathon, isn't it?
Dreams endure. So small among the stars. Breathe softly. Do not worry. Peace is upon you.
I mean, it's clearly not Halo. I guess that leaves us with Marathon.
Mayday! Mayday! This is General David Reed of the new Cascadia colony on Tau City 4. Whoever's listening, whatever's out there, we need anything. Weapons, supplies, a way out, a way back. Mayday, mayday. This is David Reed, Tau City. I feel like I'm praying. We've had to do things to survive. Things I never would have. We're monsters. We're all monsters.
The people are the monsters.
Embrace. Embrace.
Livlin just saying, is this AI slop? What's the difference anymore?
Mayday! 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 Mayday!
No, it's the long-running Bungie series marathon. That actually predates Halo.
Hey everyone, my name is Joe Ziegler and I'm the game director on Marathon. Today we're excited to announce our Server Slam from February 26th through March 2nd, where you can join us on Tau Ceti and help test Marathon on PlayStation 5 and other platforms. Our Server Slam features an introduction to the survival gameplay of Marathon, giving you a chance to explore the dangerous world of Tau Ceti and unlock rewards for the full release on Thursday, March 5th. For all PlayStation Plus players, we're also excited to share a collection of unique weapon charms that pay homage to some of our favorite PlayStation games, including Helldivers 2, Death Stranding 2, and Ghost of Yotei, all available at launch.
Little charms to reference other games.
Bungie, thank you for joining us on this journey. We'll see you on Tau Ceti starting February 26th.
Can we get a Silent Hill game that takes place in the Nevada desert next? I mean, they want to put the series anywhere but the town that's called Silent Hill at this point, so
on March 5th with the Server Slam running February 26th through March 2nd.
I'd say there's a better chance of
Let's
that.
check in on what's coming to PlayStation Plus over the next few months. Up first, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 swings into the game catalog next week. Developed by Insomniac Games in collaboration with Marvel Games, be greater together as Peter Parker and Miles Morales. Let's go! In this thrilling sequel, the Spider-Men must balance their personal and heroic responsibilities while protecting the city from iconic villains.
All Miles talks about is how to be a better Spider-Man. How to help you.
Marvel's Spider-Man 2 joins the PlayStation Plus game catalog on February 17th.
The PlayStation Plus Classics catalog welcomes 2 fan favorites over the next few months, starting with Tekken Dark Resurrection.
Wow.
Fantastic fighting game that originally released on PSP. PlayStation Plus Premium members can expect to revisit this handheld classic in March.
Deep Tekken cut? to throw onto the Classics catalog.
The original PlayStation version of
Time Crisis
brings arcade action to the Classics catalog in May. This version also offers gyroscopic aiming with the DualShock 4 or PS5 DualSense controller, simulating the original light gun experience.
There's a man. That was the first thing that popped into my head. There's a man with a gun over there. Because we were just fucking joking about that the other night.
Big Walk is a cooperative multiplayer adventure about teamwork and talking.
Oh, there they are.
I
Hang
fell
out
down
and
a
get
hole.
lost with your friends in an open world full of challenges, puzzles, and playful discoveries.
This is the multiplayer streamer bait game. Who's gonna play with me? Who's gonna big walk with me?
That's all for me and Brett, but we still have a lot more cool stuff to show you, including brand new Saros gameplay.
Housemarque's next action game releases April 30th, and creative director Gregory Loudon has even more systems and combat to
Sorry,
break
I've got
down.
all the other
Let's take a
ones.
look.
I missed my window on Peak and
what is that for you? Finishing
Repo and
keeping people safe. Oh, John.
a dozen other things.
I know you better than that.
Hey everyone, I'm Gregory Loudon, Creative Director at Housemarque. Today we're excited to show off our Comeback Stronger features and Eclipse gameplay running on PlayStation 5. In Saros, you step into the shoes of Arjun Devraj, performed by the brilliant Rahul Kohli, who is discovering the hostile shape-shifting planet of Carcosa. As you encounter a variety of ever more brutal hostiles, death is inevitable.
Oh shit!
But in Saros, death only means that you will come back stronger. Welcome to the Passage. You are not on your own. Interacting with the survivors of Echelon 4 will help you understand the mysteries of Carcosa.
I can't believe so many are gone. They didn't all die. Some of them changed.
This is Primary, the voice of Soltari. Here you can engage with our permanent progression systems to upgrade your armor's attributes and acquire special perks. With Carcosan modifiers, you can
I'm not
adjust
familiar
your
with this at all,
experience,
so it's
like,
just a
for
bunch of
example, making
words
hostiles tougher,
that
weaker,
have no
or
meaning.
even removing the second chance ability entirely. However, all adjustments you choose must be kept in balance to ensure a
Anytime
consistent challenge level.
it's just a bunch of nonsense vocabulary kind of being thrown at me,
allows you to teleport directly
my
to
brain
any
starts
biome that you have unlocked.
hearing
This means
Final
getting back
Fantasy
into the action
13.
quicker. It also means easier replayability the further you get into the world. Using
The Lassie and the
teleport,
Fal'Cie.
you can now quickly restart the selected biome and get back to where you were. And now it's time to
We're going to
take
talk
another
about
shot
this
at what
stuff
fueled
without
you the
telling you
first
what it
time
is
around.
for hours.
Eventually, you
Have to
come
read
across
about all
an
of the
alien
terms
device.
in the 4,000
By
page
using it, you
journal.
discover that it calls the Eclipse. The Eclipse corrupts the world. It's a complete escalation of our gameplay, our audio, and our visuals on Carcosa. Hostiles now shoot corrupted projectiles, which reduce your maximum armor integrity, but you can restore it by using your power weapon. Weapons and artifacts also become corrupted, which alters them in both positive and negative ways, which ramps up the challenge. We can't wait for you to play Saros when we launch on April 30, 2026.
And here's all the digital deluxe extras. Different color costumes.
The air trembles. Mother Earth herself senses the coming battle.
Captain Planet.
The world may hate us, we still have to save it. A true team is unbreakable! You cannot stand against the storm. Feel the power of Mother Earth.
Let me at them, Storm.
More characters for the new Marvel fighting game.
Waiting, and I'm starving for your soul. Time to end this.
Marvel Tokonnen does look really good.
I'll show you how the X-Men get it done.
Logan.
Bob.
Initiating attack. I am all that remains of Shi'ar technology. Prepare to be disassembled. Surrender to avoid further danger.
Let's finish this.
We are stronger together.
Oh, Berserker Barrage. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing. Also, Howard the Duck. I saw Howard the Duck.
マーベル闘魂ファイティングソウルズ最新のトレーラーお楽しみいただけましたでしょうか。本当にお待たせしてしまいましたけども、こうして一番初めに X-Men のチームトレーラーを発表できたこと、本当に嬉しく思っています。
We're super stoked to introduce the mutants as the newly formed unbreakable X-Men into the world of Marvel Token.
マジックは中間距離を大きな剣で制しながらテレポーテーションで裏回りしたりなど多彩なトリッキーな動きをすることができます。
Think of Wolverine as an unstoppable savage tank. Some of his claw swipes have armor on them, so he's literally going to be able to shred through opponents' attacks.
I play Wolverine in Marvel 3.
レジャーは体のいろんな部分をですね武器に変形して戦うことができるキャラクターです。
And
I like the way he looks in this.
Battle simulation. So as a zoner in this game, she's going to set up so many traps that her opponents are going to feel like they're running an obstacle course.
トレーラーの冒頭では新たに紡がれるマーベルユニバース闘魂オリジナルストーリーの映像を含めさせていただきました。マーベル闘魂ファイティングソウルズ20キャラクターのプレイヤブルを実装しまして2026年8月6日に発売いたします。
Pre-orders open next week, so please check out our variety of editions and goodies, and we can't wait to share with you some more info.
Please check it out and stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm legitimately going to be playing Marvel Token. Santa Monica Studio. Kiko S'more. Came at the perfect time. You missed all of the, oh, God of War. You missed all the Konami stuff. God of War Collection. Oh, just full-on remakes? God of War Trilogy. Remake. The remakening.
Hey, what's happening? What's happening, people? It is OGTC. That's right, the original God of War. Yeah, I'm back, baby.
They brought back TC
and
Carson.
I'm thrilled to bring you some exciting news about the series today, starting with that teaser that you just saw, yeah? Now look, we are happy and excited to finally confirm that, the Greek trilogy remake is now in development. Yeah, man. I know. Sit down.
So they didn't just get Christopher Judge to step in and do it all.
Early stages. So it'll be a minute before we get back to share another update, right? But I'm telling you, next time we come back, we coming with something big, baby. Yeah. And in addition, since we're approaching the last few months of God of War's 20th anniversary year, we couldn't let it close without one last surprise. Now, this announcement is a passion project that will let you experience God of War's signature.
With all due respect, TC's greater than Judge. I agree. I like TC's performance as Kratos more than Judge. Although, to be perfectly fair, I have not really played any of the new God of War games.
Decades of support, and we can't wait for you to see.
I've only really played the old God of War games, so I'm much more familiar with his Kratos.
And fun as hell to play. Yeah, all right, you can watch it now. Go. Why are you still here? Go. Go!
Oh, we're getting pixely.
Before I was a father. Before I was a god. I was a Spartan.
God of Origins.
Spartans! Our duty is to Sparta. Fear is a reaction. Courage is a decision. Press your attack! Don't relent! Never on our backs! Never left behind! Always united!
The legendary saga of gods and monsters, of tragedies and triumphs, of destruction and redemption begins here.
Heroes, be ready for Sparta!
God of War. Salt of Sanctuary. Coming this year.
This is only the beginning.
That was Silent Hill. Did you see it? For anybody who missed it earlier. We did get a little glimpse of Townfall. Bold move for them to immediately open with it's not in Silent Hill. I really thought Townfall, given the title, would be focused on the town of Silent Hill again. It might switch back and forth between locations. Well, apparently that's that. We've got like 45 minutes until Silent Hill transmission. Let's see. Here's the Townfall trailer. I'm just going to bring this back up. Do you think it'll be announced for a September release? I mean, Townfall's been in production for a decent amount of time. If they're showing a trailer and stuff now, September sounds about right. October, September, sometime later this year. Bum, 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 bum. Maybe Saint Amelia is the name of the hospital in Silent Hill and he's unconscious. Possibly, possibly. Okay, here's the new Townfall trailer. Let's go through it.
Simon, listen to me. You can't stay in this room forever. I can't stay in this room forever. I know this is going to be hard.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Do I want to just watch this through again? We'll watch this through again for the people who didn't see it. And then I'm going to go back over it and give some thoughts on it. It's a hospital and it's all in his head. That's immediately what I was thinking with the dialogue saying we can't stay in this room, and he's got the bracelet and the IV, and I'm like, he's the one in the hospital, and it's like his wife who's trying to wake him up out of his coma saying she can't just be in that room, can't just stay in this room. That's immediately where my thoughts were going.
Simon, listen to me. You can't stay in this room forever. I can't stay in this room forever. I know this is going to be hard. But you have to come back to me. Come back to me, Simon.
Music's good. Fog looks nice. I like the character design. I like Simon.
I woke up in the water again. But this time it's different.
God, you might be right. You might be right. That might be the hospital name or something. The Heart of Saint Amelia.
I keep trying to fix what happened. But no matter what I do,
You can't fix it. It doesn't let us change things. You did what you did.
Yeah, it was a British speed limit sign. I love that shot right there, that imagery. I'm not too sure about these rehashed monster designs. And then, yeah, the first person view. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I think this is Simon's hospital room.
You can't stay in this room forever. I can't stay in this room forever.
What's Annapurna known for? I mean, Annapurna is just the publisher. No Code are the actual developers. And they are, well, they're called Screenburn now, but No Code previously did Stories Untold and Observation, which I liked both of those games, but they were like point and click text adventure.
Come back to me,
Very different from first-person shooter like we're seeing in this. I love the music. The warbly, detuned piano. I don't know if it's Yamaoka. I don't know if Yamaoka's on this one. It sounds a bit like somebody else trying to sound like Yamaoka. It doesn't sound exactly like Yamaoka's style, more influenced by.
Different.
There we go. This is where our newest Silent Hill game's going to take place. Saint Amelia. Continuous service, weather and circumstances permitting. It definitely sounds Yamaoka inspired. It could be Yamaoka, but it doesn't sound quite like Yamaoka to me. It sounds sort of like there's a lot of musicians who are inspired by Akira Yamaoka and try to mimic that style. Nothing we can do until help arrives. Please stay safe. Something their failure. Stand together. Sunday, 10th March. Something square. Whatever heart this town had has stopped. This town is ours. This town is ours. This town's finished. Save our town. So it's going to be maybe a similar, again, kind of like parallels with Silent Hill. The way that there were things like that in Silent Hill F, you know, it's not directly really, you know, related to the town of Silent Hill, but there's a lot of parallels between Ebisugaoka and Silent Hill in terms of town history and like having the mines, having the population decreasing, and sort of those aspects of it. Grove Sleeper, thank you for the raid and for the 8-month resub. Thank you, thank you.
Trying to fix what happened.
Room 204.
I keep trying to fix what happened.
Trying to see what's going on with his arm here. It's just his, like, IV thing wrapped around.
But no matter what I do,
you can't fix it. It doesn't let us change things.
Simon Ordell. October 15th, 1959? He doesn't seem that old of a character. I'm trying to figure out timeline-wise where this is going to be. Yeah, he seems like maybe 30s or 40s. So 70s-ish. We're going back to Silent Hill Origins era.
You did what you did.
So you're going to walk around with your little portable TV. The little portable TV seems a little further along. That seems like more 80s. Rather than 60s, 70s. Because I had a little camping TV just like that in the early 90s. Yeah, we've got very obviously reminiscent of Lying Figure type creatures. This shot, in terms of like vibes, atmosphere, the fog, look at the fog sort of like swept around the building and the car, the way the light looks there. Red means scary. Date of birth. Yeah, it said DOB. It said date of birth, not date of admission. On his hospital tag, his wristband. You can see a boat out there through the window. Naked old man creature thing. Not a boat? What is that supposed to be? Oh, is that a wheelbarrow? Oh, it is. It looked like a boat to me at first glance. Really miss dreamlike atmosphere in Silent Hill games? I get that sense from this shot right here. This shot right here with the little snaking IV needle coming out of the chest. I like that. I like that. That's probably my favorite shot of this whole trailer. Is this guy on the bed. Like that? That feels like something that would be in Twin Peaks: The Return. Ranged attack for sure. Yeah, the gameplay implications. We'll see. But visually, I like what I'm seeing so far. I'm not too sure. Okay, visually, I like what I'm seeing so far. Geometric axe head man. Hatchet head. I'm a little less sure about. He's wrapped in seatbelts. And he's got a hatchet for a face. It is somewhat Shattered Memories. Yeah, it is very reminiscent of the Raw Shocks. A variation of the Raw Shocks anyway, where they're more abstract. A little silhouette showing up on the TV, so it's kind of like your monster detector, more so than the radio. You kind of get visual indicators of what kind of monster. Yeah, it's like reading the heat through the wall. Gameplay. Block and counter hit. And shooting. Man, that first person perspective. And then another look at our old man with a thing in his chest. FOV's kind of tight. It is. I'm trying to think what this reminds me of. This particular perspective with the FOV and kind of the motion blur on the movements. I'm trying to think what that reminds me of. Like Dead Island. Mirror's Edge. Condemned? Yeah, kind of Condemned. Blam. Call the screen warp when the gun goes off. Sorry, I know I'm just backing up and looking at this over and over. Peter's news agent. Don't worry, guys. Peter's going to be there. But I mean, we're going to be beating monsters with a stick. You're right. Grove Sleeper. The hammer of the gun completely flying off. Unreliable weapons, Tarkov style. You think this is like an intentional thing? Because then it comes right back together. It doesn't seem like it's like, oh, your gun's exploding. That just looks like a an animation thing. Because it's again, the screen is doing like an effect. There's like a visual effect. And I think it's just distorting the view of the gun. I don't think it's like a bad animation or the gun exploding or anything. What's written on front of the store? Rose's Garden? Rallis Garden? Rose's Garden? Boom. This year. Coming this year. And it's Unreal. Someone mentioned the engine as well. It's another Unreal Engine game. Can't wait for it to run like shit on my 3060. I can get it for PS5 though. So this is what we're waiting for right now. We've got like 30 more minutes before the Silent Hill transmission. It says immediately following State of Play. We just finished State of Play. I'm assuming there's not anything already up. Okay. They've got their stream starting. Their countdown timer. There we go. What are our chances of seeing something for Silent Hill 1 Remake? I would say there's a maybe like an 8% chance. Everywhere where Konami has advertised the Silent Hill transmission on all of their social media and everything else like that, they only mention Silent Hill Townfall. I think we're only going to be learning about Townfall today. We're going to see a little bit more trailer. We're going to see a little bit more gameplay. We're going to talk to a couple of developers who are going to say, we've been fans of Silent Hill for 27 years, and we're bringing you an authentic Silent Hill experience that doesn't take place in Silent Hill. Initial thoughts on what we've seen so far? I mean, the visuals and everything look great. Monster design, I'm trying to be hopeful for, but it seems a little bit like just rehashing old design philosophies. One of my favorite things about Silent Hill is monsters, and not having very original looking monsters is a bit disappointing when they're just sort of kind of copying the formula again. Stuff that looks like lying figures, stuff that has weird geometrical heads. I want to see monster designs change and evolve and be more different. So that's a little disappointing. I like the actual character design. I like the way Simon looks and sounds. The town St. Amelia that we're seeing, atmosphere-wise, looks good, even if, again, it's just frustrating slightly that we're so detached from Silent Hill as a town when it comes to this franchise now. First European entry? No. The short message was in Germany. Short message was in Germany. Ascension was partly in Norway. But that's the trend of the series now. I just need to swallow that pill. Silent Hill is not about the town of Silent Hill anymore. It's about people having trauma monsters and fog in any other part of the world. Like, Short message was in Germany. Yeah, it's the Silent Hill phenomenon. Short message was in Germany. Ascension took place, bounced back and forth between Pennsylvania and Norway. Silent Hill F was in Japan. So now we're getting Saint Amelia, which is going to be somewhere in Europe. Thoughts on the possible length for the game? I couldn't even. There's no point in speculating on something like that from 4 seconds of gameplay footage and a bunch of pre-rendered stuff. No telling. Please tell me at one point the game will say Simon Says. We got to start making our bingo cards, Terry. We got to start making our bingo cards. How many things are going to get said? How many things are going to be in the game? Revolver confirmed for me to miss on my first playthrough. Nah, that seems like a very forced weapon, considering we see the cutscene of him opening the sentimental wooden box. I mean, we're getting the revolver and the plank, yeah, for sure. Burak Auto with some information. Saint Amelia, also known as Amelberga, was a noblewoman from Belgium who lived in the 8th century, known for her virtuous life and miracles, celebrated for her resistance against Charlemagne's advances, and is often depicted with a sturgeon, symbolizing a legend where she crossed a river on a fish. I can't wait for the sturgeon monsters. We'll see how much of that winds up being relevant at all. Because maybe they just like the name. There's plenty of places that are named for things that don't really tie in significantly. Yeah, Silent Hill Funko Pop's coming soon. Do people still collect Funko Pops? Like, Rachel and I have some. Rachel's got some pretty rare ones. She's got a bunch of the, like, Resident Evil ones. But we also got rid of a bunch of them. Steam page updated. One second. Returning to an island town to... okay. Let's see. Returning to an island town to put things right, Simon Ordell descends into a world of tense evasion, explosive confrontations, and mind-bending puzzles that slowly surface the truth of Saint Amelia. This studio is kind of new. Screenburn has been around for a while. Before they were Screenburn, they were No Code. And if you don't know No Code's games, you should play Stories Untold and Observation. I've played both of those. They're on my YouTube channel if you want to see my playthroughs. Because all of this stuff, when it got announced years ago, the first Silent Hill transmission, where they very first revealed Townfall and Silent Hill F and everything like that, we knew all of these developers. They announced like who these developers were going to be working on all these games. And I went through and I played all of these developers' games. I played every Bloober Team game. I played No Code's games in preparation for these Silent Hill games. We've already done that research. So, is it any good? I liked Stories Untold and Observation. I really liked them a lot. But they are very different compared to what we've seen for Townfall so far. Like, they're more like classic point and clicks, and sort of text-based horror, at least with Stories Untold. And then Observation is all from the standpoint of these like fixed camera views where you're like a computer AI that's directing an astronaut to make repairs to get out of like a space station. It was interesting. I liked their stuff, but it's very different from what we saw just now in the trailer for Townfall. Let me read some more information about the game. This is on the Steam page. Simon Ordell is called back to the island of Saint Amelia to put things right, encountering a town lying quiet beneath a heavy fog, seemingly abandoned, but not at rest. Venturing deeper and driven to understand his connection to the place and its inhabitants, Simon begins to discover fragments of a past rising to the surface, experienced entirely in first person. So that first-person gameplay is going to be it. It's not going to be Silent Hill 4 going back and forth between first-person, third-person. Entirely first-person. Simon must explore, evade, and survive using a limited set of weapons and tools, including the CRTV, a pocket television used to tune into unstable signals. Evasion is tense, combat is frenetic, while narrative-driven puzzles reveal a truth that refuses to stay submerged. Silent Hill Townfall is a full-length, self-contained psychological horror set against the cold, isolated backdrop of Scotland, 1996. So, St. Amelia is in Scotland in 1996. So we've got a location and a time period. Silent Hill going to Scotland. We've been to Germany. We've been to Japan. We've been to Norway. We're just never going back to Silent Hill in Maine. Which hurts my heart a little bit. But, okay. We've got some info. And we've still got about 17 minutes until the transmission begins. Just want to see old Silent Hill with modern graphics? We gotta wait for the remakes. We gotta wait for the remakes. We saw a little bit of it. I mean, we saw that essentially with Silent Hill 2 Remake. I've got a lot of faith in Bloober to do Silent Hill 1 justice. I think they handled Silent Hill 2 pretty well. Short messages in Germany. Yep. Konami never went to a German school. We don't have lockers at all. Technology has not reached Germany yet. See, I couldn't tell you about those kind of details. I know nothing about Germany. I've never been to a German school either. But yes, short message takes place in Germany. Silent Hill got nuked. It's just a crater now. I mean, if they want to go with that, with the Silent Hill 3 UFO ending, where the town just got destroyed, I would honestly love a game exploring that. We're getting a Resident Evil game where they're exploring destroyed Raccoon City. I'd be fine with exploring, having a game set around a destroyed Silent Hill. Not to mention, we're jumping around time periods backwards and forwards. I still feel like there is so much creativity and so many unique stories that could be told in the actual town of Silent Hill. Like, I understand they feel like it's a creative limiter being focused on the town itself, which is why they're trying to just detach the series from the town. And now we're just making trauma-based psychological horror with the name Silent Hill. There will be fog, there will be monsters, there will be trauma, there will be all these things that are typical ingredients in a Silent Hill without the actual setting, which has always been such an important thing for the series for me. Like, the town itself always felt like a character in the games, not just a location. And I hate that the design philosophy for the new games has so far been to just sort of ignore that altogether in favor of trauma monsters. But everybody loves Silent Hill 2. Everybody wants more trauma monsters. I'm over here like, I want shit set in the town. Give me more mysterious town with powers and cults and things that I don't understand and yearn to understand, not just trauma symbolism. It doesn't all have to be Silent Hill 2. We don't have to keep doing Silent Hill 2 over and over and over. I love Silent Hill 2, but we don't not every game needs to be fucking protagonist with mental issues and everything is symbolic towards their condition. I love the concept of Silent Hill 1. I love the idea of Harry Mason being a complete outsider, not related to the nightmares. They're not his personal trauma demons. It's everything coming from Alessa, someone who he does not really know, only through his connection of Cheryl. Like, does he have anything to do with her at all? And it's like you're trying to figure out these mysteries. Like, who is this cult? What are they doing? What are their goals? How does the power work? How is it affecting this person who's completely separated from, like, the source of all these nightmares? Same thing with Silent Hill 4. It's not about Henry Townsend. It's about, figuring out Walter Sullivan's story from his perspective. You're not facing Henry's personal demons. Like, I like those aspects of the Silent Hill games, but how or why did it even happen that this has become the Silent Hill formula, honestly? Silent Hill 2 just becoming the fan favorite. Even though in terms of sales numbers, Silent Hill 1 sold more than Silent Hill 2. In all of the years leading up to, or since Silent Hill 2, that's just become the darling. That's just become we've got a new waiting screen now. 10 more minutes. But yeah, even though like sales numbers, kind of go against that logic. In terms of fan base familiarity, Silent Hill 2 has become the overall fan favorite over the years. And that's pretty much it. Like, we're just trying to... Could we not? We're just rehashing that Silent Hill 2 formula over and over, trying to recapture it. And that to me is way more limiting in terms of creativity for the series than the fucking location. Like, you can still tell a lot of really interesting, unique stories in the location of Silent Hill. They talk so much about wanting to evolve and change the series, which is why they wanted to, set it in Japan and set it in Germany. It's way more limiting that they just keep doing trauma monsters and protagonists with fucked up mental conditions. Like, they're not breaking that part of the formula. They're just taking that same concept over and over and putting it in a different place. Which, again, like, I enjoyed Silent Hill F. I'm fine with it, but there's so little tying it in to the town that the series is named for, which seems ridiculous to me. Even if you're going to set it somewhere else, like, I would like there to be meaning to the town itself and the location, like, that the series is named for. In Very Bard Taste, welcome back. Thank you for the 22 months. Thank you. But again, that's just old man yelling at clouds, because nobody cares about that anymore. Most of the Silent Hill fan base was not alive when those Silent Hill games came out. They're 20-something-year-olds to early 30-something-year-olds who played, Silent Hill Downpour when they were 10. Hell, it's not even that. A huge chunk of the fan base now just became fans within the last couple of years, which is a good thing. Fan base is growing, and there's a lot of new Silent Hill fans thanks to Silent Hill 2 Remake and Silent Hill F. Like, it definitely brought a lot of people into the fandom, but a lot of people's understanding of what Silent Hill is, especially for that generation, is based on fucking TikToks and like, it's only those little bits of, like, the tropes. The Akira Yamaoka music, that has been memed to hell at this point. And then it's just like fog and trauma monsters. Like, that's what people associate with it. It's a lot of stuff from the movies as well that a lot of fans sort of associate with Silent Hill, because there's also a lot of the fan base who their introduction to the series was through the movies, because that brought a lot. It was, brought a lot of people in. But yeah, there's a lot of people who never played Silent Hill 1, and they're too young and not willing to figure out tank controls to ever wrap their head around a game with a protagonist that doesn't have amnesia and some sort of deep-seated trauma that's shaping what all of his monsters look like. Because that's pretty much how people think of the series now. Like, even on Reddit, if you go into the subreddit, like, every other day is a post of, like, if you were in Silent Hill, what would your monsters look like? And it's like, well, there's more to these games than that. Like, that's all anybody views them as now, is just your personal therapist town that custom tailors psychological monsters for you based on your personal trauma. And it's like, that's not how the series started. Like, I love Silent Hill 2, but not every game needed to be that. And unfortunately, that became the face of the series. Most people can connect with a person who has trauma more than a cult story, even though you're not supposed to connect with a cult story. You're supposed to be lost and clueless, just like Harry Mason. Somebody who just cares about finding his daughter. He doesn't know anything about the cult, and neither do you as a player. You discover it together. You're supposed to connect with a person who is a normal-ass human thrown into supernatural circumstances that they do not understand. You're supposed to be just as lost and confused as the protagonist. Like, yes, everybody has trauma, but that level of connection is not necessary for a connection to the protagonist. Like, it doesn't, especially for a series that's gone on for as long as Silent Hill has, where we've already beat that fucking formula into the ground by this point. I don't know. It's just, the company can sell more if the player is connected. Again, I don't think that having a trauma protagonist is a necessary thing for connection. I think just having a relatable character means more than having their personal traumas revealed through monsters with geometrically shaped heads. Again, it's sort of ridiculous that so much of the series' deeper themes have sort of just been glossed over now with Trauma Monster. It's just Trauma Monster. We just keep getting it over and over. I want the series to change. I want the series to evolve. Again, I'm not trying to sound like I'm like complete anti everything new Silent Hill. I'm fine with changing up locations and having different settings. Just have them meaningfully tie in to the original town in some way, and more than just a throwaway note about the flowers. Like Silent Hill F, that type of connecting is super weak. There's so many stronger ways they could have tied that in that would have made it feel a little bit more meaningfully connected to the original town. There's plenty of ways they could have done it. Again, the notes that they hint at are already there, but it could have been expanded on. But again, it's like, what does it matter? They're just trying to tell the story of this girl and her trauma and how it manifests itself as monsters and in creepy environments around her. Which, yeah, at this point, it's just, they're just making psychological horror. I've gone on this rant before, but it's no longer Silent Hill. It is just psychological horror with Silent Hill on it as a brand. It's a particular type of psychological horror. It's got fog and it's got trauma monsters that are shaped from your subconscious. And it can take place anywhere now. But that's what Silent Hill has kind of been boiled down to now. Konami seems out of touch with the older fan base. I mean, that's the thing. The older fan base is not the majority anymore. It's a lot of newer fans, it's a lot of younger fans, and it's a lot of people who just either weren't around or don't care about those original games as much. And out of the original games that anybody's going to care about, it's going to be Silent Hill 2. And people are perfectly content. Most fans are going to be perfectly content as long as there's monsters to hit with a stick and fog and puzzles. That's all they want. That's all they need. Hey, Curse Moon. Transmission. Heard there was a transmission, so first thing I did was head here. It's starting in 5 seconds. My stream quality good? Okamoto!
サイレントヒルシリーズのプロデューサー岡本元井です。2022年の発表以来、長い間お待ちしましたが、
We've been waiting 4 years already.
サイレントヒルタウンフォールのニュースや情報をついに皆さんにお届けできることを嬉しく思います。本日ソニーのステートオブプレイでトレーラーを公開し、プレイステーション5、Steam、Epic ゲームズにてウィッシュリスト登録を開始しました。皆様ぜひご登録よろしくお願いいたします。さらにこの配信独占の最新情報もご用意しています。まずは本プロジェクトのパートナーをご紹介しましょう。アナプルナインタラクティブのインタラクティブ&ニューメディア部門プレジデントヘクター・サンチェスさんとゲーム部門責任者のリアン・ルームさん、そしてスクリーンバーンのライター兼ディレクターのジョン・マッケランさんをお迎えしています。皆さん本日はようこそいらしてくださいました。
Is this one of the new Annapurna people? Because they basically, like, everybody walked out and they, like, completely restaffed.
With you and the entire team at Konami to co-publish Silent Hill Townfall. Annapurna Interactive is a publisher that not only looks for great stories to tell, but also great teams to tell those stories. And we're so pleased to partner with the very special development team that created Silent Hill Townfall, John, and the entire team at Screenburn Interactive.
And this project came about because the team at Annapurna and the team at Screenburn are really passionate about Silent Hill. We're very excited about the unique stories that we're able to tell in this amazing franchise. It's also important to us at Annapurna that the developers we partner with really
yes,
love
Lit
the IP
Ghost.
that they're
State of
working
Play is
on,
already
and
over.
that's exactly what we have with Screenburn.
Yeah, as a fan of the series ever since the release of the first game, it's a real pleasure.
I told you.
To be here today to talk
Fill out
about
my bingo
Townfall.
card. Fans of the series ever since the first game.
So excited to finally
Very
be able to
passionate
share
about the
first
series.
after so many years of development out of sight.
So here's yet another game not set in the original town. Did I not call that practically word for word? Every time. Every time, these guys.
Listen to me. You can't stay in this room forever. I can't stay in this room forever.
We're going to Scotland.
I know this is going to be
1996 Scotland.
but you have to come back to me. Come back to me, Simon.
This time it's different. I keep trying to fix what happened. But no matter what I do,
You can't fix it. It doesn't let us change things. You did what you did.
I'm assuming this is just going to be the same trailer, but I'm watching intently in case there's anything different. Scottish lying figures. What drugs do you think this guy will take? Maybe he's just broken. I'm assuming he's in a coma. My guess is that he's in a coma. His wife is visiting him in the hospital and trying to wake him up, and decides to pull the plug on him. And everything he's experiencing
And we can see from the trailer
is
today,
in his
that
dying
Townfall
mind.
clearly embodies the DNA of the Silent Hill franchise.
That's
This
my
also
that's
has
my
quite a
guess.
unique take, which we know has been really important to the team at Screenburn. And part of that uniqueness comes from their own identity, their perspectives, their history, and their style. So, John, we'd love viewers to learn more about Screenburn and your team's history and the work you've done on Silent Hill Townfall.
Absolutely. Our main objectives were to make a game that could feel specific to the team who made it, to bring something new to the series in terms of setting, and to really think about what Silent Hill, both in concept and gameplay, could look like through a Screenburn lens.
Yeah, and it's this lens that appealed to us so much when we started working with you and Screenburn, many years ago. And we knew that with Annapurna's partnership with Konami.
What if he's in a coma in Brookhaven? Would that count as being in the town? If they actually make it where he's in Brookhaven or Alchemilla or something, then sure. I don't think they will. I think it's going to actually be Saint Amelia in Scotland. I don't think they're going to try and make that like a twist. They've already hard committed to setting Silent Hill games in other locations. So I don't think they're going to try to make that like a twist where you're actually in Silent Hill. I think we're legitimately just going to be in Scotland the way that they're advertising.
We've got our previous games that we worked on over the years.
Stories Untold.
Super Arclight was our first title that we released back in 2016.
Yeah, also Super Arclight.
Stories Untold.
Yeah.
2017.
Observation.
2019, and then Silent Hill soon.
I never played Super Arclight, but
collection of Silent Hill games.
hey,
We
look
thought
at
that we were
their
gonna be
little
slotted in
Silent
at the
Hill
end there.
collection
It
there.
is a genuine honor to work with the franchise and to contribute to it. After we shipped Observation, we were kind of like figuring out what we were going to do next. And then we got this call from Annapurna to ask us what we would do with Silent Hill. That froze us in our tracks. It's not an opportunity we ever thought we'd get, but it's one we knew we all wanted right away. We pulled together a pitch of what we felt would be a really cool, unique Screenburn take and brought it to Konami, and we were delighted that they loved the idea. It was like, this is exactly what we
development
need.
footage.
This is what we want to do, and we want you to go for it. And so to have their trust in us,
It really is
both
just kind of a
Annapurna
lying
and Konami
figure
is a
again,
huge
but...
honor.
Oh, gameplay. Whole game is first person like this as well, according to the Steam page.
So yeah, this is where Graham lives and where design lives.
My name's Graham McKellen. I'm the lead game designer. John is my brother, so we've known each other for a while. We have a lot of the same experiences, films that we watched when we grew up, games that we played. That allows us to work really well together when it comes to finding the synergy between narrative and game design. Very early, we agreed that we wanted to present this game in first person. And first person is, you have a more limited field of view. There's things happening off screen which
Rose's garden. We get a little better shot of that shop there.
In horror, what happens off screen is sometimes more scarier than what happens right in front of you. How we use the perspective to induce the horror, anxiety, and fear, but then at the same time trying to find the balance to that, which is what can we give the player.
See the detail on them straps.
To do was like, what can we do with the radio that's not been done before? What can we do that kind of gives it a new function, a new aesthetic, but it feels Silent Hill, the analog tech that's kind of been my visual calling card. Most of the things we've done, like even in our previous games, has been as close to real-life technology as we can get.
This definitely fits in line with stuff that they like using.
Kind of inspired the CRTV.
The CRTV is, our take on the classic radio. We knew we wanted to have the player bring it up and actually use it, so we were really keen on having the player tune with the CRTV, actually go through the frequencies, discover narrative content, but also being able to use it as a tool to see.
If they actually do more with that concept, that's something that I like. I like the idea of making the radio
we teach the peak
more than just a monster alarm.
Gives the player a little bit extra mobility around where the camera can be, so you can peek up and to the sides, to
corner
see
peeking,
corners or over walls.
I keep doing this as I lean.
And it's really important for the first-person perspective, giving the player that extra control over the camera.
For a long time, this game we felt might just be Northern Europe, and not lock it down to Scotland. There was a drive to create something that felt.
There's a decent chance it'll get a VR adaptation. If not part of launch, then like somewhere down the line. It's a lot easier to do that for stuff that's already natively first person.
That felt like a walk to school when I was growing up, because I've grown up in towns like this, in a small fishing town that's kind of similar to St. Amelia. It's a beautifully epic, grey, drizzly environment, and we're bringing that to the game.
It just feels so real, especially when you're going through it in first person. You kind of feel like you're there. It's so detailed, every single thing, and it's all connected to the story.
A very personal story, I know for John as well.
I would have been about 17 or 18 when the first game came out, and I was really ill, high fever, all this kind of stuff. I know I finished it, but the experience I have was like a fever dream, because it literally was. To this day, I've never played it again, because I kind of don't want to know whether what happened that night was real.
Played Silent Hill 1 27 years ago with the fever.
And I think now...
And never played it again. So this is how I remember it.
And now we're looking forward to bringing
through the fever dream lens. It can't be any worse than Christoph Gans's fever dream.
スクリーンバーンのチームの皆さん、ありがとうございました。自分たちの仕事だけでなく、サイレントヒルの歴史や意味に強い情熱を持つ開発者の姿を目にするのはとても刺激的ですね。各チームがそれぞれのビジョンをサイレントヒルに持ち込み、新しい体験をどのように形作ったのかがよくわかります。さて、公開されたばかりのトレーラーについて語るべきことがたくさんあります。最も注目すべきは本作が一人称視点である点でしょう。過去作にも一人称要素はあるものの、10時間を超える長編作品としてこの方式を採用したのはタウンフォールがシリーズ史上初めてです。
There's a lot of qualifiers to the first person thing. Short Message was all first person, but I guess it doesn't qualify as a full length game. Silent Hill 4 had first person elements, but it also went back and forth between third person. PT, but again, not a full length.
Every feature of the game has been designed with this perspective in mind, but always making sure that while we see the world in this new way, the experience still feels distinctly Silent Hill. A big part of that experience is centered around enemies and how our protagonist Simon will encounter them. Familiar tools from the world of Silent Hill are all available, planks of wood, pipes, and ranged weapons like the pistol. But the ability to sneak, hide, and evade brings a new element of choice to the combat, where resorting to violence isn't the only option. In fact,
hiding
with the
and
aid
running
of the
away,
pocket
let's
television,
go.
known as the CRTV in the game, evasion is every bit as useful a survival technique as facing enemies head-on. Players are encouraged to experiment and find a playstyle that suits them while being mindful of the resources and the opportunities that surround them.
わかりやすい例が覗き込みですよね。サイモンは物体や壁の上からあるいは周りから慎重に身を乗り出して敵の様子を確認でき発見される可能性を下げることができます。この要素は遭遇前の慎重さが生かされるだけでなく見た目手触りの面でとても映画的な表現になっています。
Indeed, that additional level of fine control provided to the player works especially well in first person, and it allows players to cautiously assess an encounter before they make a decision to evade or charge in.
Always charge in.
In first person,
charge in and
features
run
like the
past.
peak or the CRTV become more immersive, rendering details up close in the character's hands and all in a tactile
Don't do
and
sneaking
physical
in
way
stealth.
rather than using on-screen HUD elements. These features really
Just
shine
speed
in first
run.
person, and as the game progresses, players will be challenged in many different ways. Using the right technique at the right time is vital for Simon's survival.
ジョンさん、次は新主人公サイモン・オーデルに目を向けてみましょう。シリーズのキャラクターは皆心に重いものを抱えていますが、サイモンも例外ではありません。
Not always.
彼は多層的で不安定。
It wasn't always about the darkness in the hearts of the protagonists.
トレーラー冒頭で
It wasn't always trauma.
サイモンが今回
This is Harry Mason Erasure.
セントアメリアに縁があることが示唆され、彼の困難な旅が始まります。ジョンさん、彼が島へ向かう事情、そしてプレイヤーが踏み入れる物語について視聴者の皆様に特別に教えてもらえますか?
Well, I knew when beginning to write the game that fans would have certain expectations about the worlds, characters, and the themes that permeate the series. I wanted to both lean into those expectations in some ways and subvert them in others. Guilt is a strong theme throughout Silent Hill's many stories, and I wanted to dive deeper into the various different ways that guilt can manifest. Where
It's
it comes
guilt
from,
again.
What it can do to people, and how, if you can, come to accept
It's
or
trauma,
resolve
let's
it.
go!
So while those narrative themes are distinctly Silent Hill, we're looking at and interpreting those themes in a very different way.
ゲームの冒頭、サイモンは物事を終わらせてほしい、それが正しいことだと告げる謎の電話を受け取ります。トレーラーで見た通り、彼は島に到着しますが、この段階ではどうやって来たのか不明であり、サイモン自身も向かう先が分かっていないように見えます。
Well, a core component of our team's narrative style that has been present in all of our previous games is mystery. Simon's journey through the town is layered with nuance and questions where players will gradually uncover both small details and big reveals, and they'll be kept guessing throughout. There are other characters to meet along the way too, and understanding Simon's connection to them is key to the narrative. Some mysteries will pay off as the game progresses, and some will deepen further, inviting players to dive deep into the world and to details spread around the town.
That's me. That's what I'm gonna do.
サイモンの旅がどのようなものになるのか
We're gonna
楽し
cam
み
hack
に
the
して
fuck
いた
out
だ
of
ければ
this.
と思い
Look
ま
at
す。
every detail.
さて次はタウンフォールの舞台となる街セントアメリアについてご紹介しましょう。サイレントヒルのキャラクターを街と切り離すことはできません。世界は彼らを映し出し試し変えていきます。サイモンの旅を理解するには彼が身を置く街を理解する必要があります。
I mean, Okamoto just kind of spelled it out right
セントア
there.
メリアのインスピレーションとなったスコットランドの実際
The
の場所を
modern
見て
view
み
of
ましょう。
Silent Hill is exactly that. The town is sentient and just calls on people for trauma monster interactions.
So we're going to go to the east coast of Scotland. We've referenced a lot.
Not
of
even the
games.
town itself
Graham and I
anymore,
many
just-
times over the years. We took Paul up when he joined the team.
Wherever the Silent Hill phenomenon chooses to
Give it a
be,
shock when you're in St. Amelia.
it's a sentient power.
As a QA lead, I think I have played probably 3,000 hours of this
Like
game.
I said, just gotta
but I've
swallow
actually
that pill.
never explored those real
That's
towns,
the series
so
now.
I'm excited to see it.
It's the smell and the wind and the the sound of the place, all of that together is what you're trying to recreate. You're not just trying to recreate the visuals, you're trying to recreate the vibe. And there's no better way of doing it than spending time there.
It's really important to not live your life behind a lens and just absorb the place when you're there. So I suppose it's always important for artists to get out and see the place that they're supposed to be making.
Graham and I were chasing fog. Well, I dragged Graham out with me. I was like, I need someone in front of the camera when I take these images. Fog was so dense that when we came out here, we got to like this spot, and from here we couldn't see the coast anymore, and we couldn't tell which direction the coast was in, and we immediately felt like in danger. And we ended up with this shot here. The atmosphere is like blue and light, the sun was going down. Everything from that moment was when we kind of realized how this game was going to begin. We have this fog that rolls in on the east coast of Scotland called a har. I got pretty obsessed chasing the har. You know, I wasn't painting images, I wasn't like trying to like imagine what the fog would look like. I could go to a town that looks like St. Amelia.
See, I mean,
the fog that looks like Silent Hill.
all of
and
this,
come back and show the team, here's what
having the location, having the fog, having all of these things, like, all of this works really well for horror in general. I think there's a lot of this. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm just shitting on all the new Silent Hill games because they're not what I want them to be.
This was like the first beautiful corner.
But it is like...
And then as we get around this corner... Yeah, it's literally the same.
They don't necessarily need to have Silent Hill in the title. They're making different, unique horror psychological games. Like, if I just want a psychological horror game, a good psychological horror game,
as well, just to kind of see the differences, and
I'm happy with that.
And how they're used, that kind of thing. You know, this is it. This is very similar.
But if you're going to call it Silent Hill,
so we're in St. Monins. This is the harbour town. And
I wish it had more of that identity.
I started to write the story about what this town was. What
but we're
this town.
We're at a point now where we pretty much just associate
Silent Hill has always had
typical psychological horror tropes with Silent Hill.
While you're there.
And we disregard the stuff that made Silent Hill unique among psychological horror games.
You just have to get on with it and you have to solve the problem.
Because there's lots of other games outside of Silent Hill that have fog and darkness and monsters based on trauma and psychological aspects and symbolism.
The slanted walls.
There's lots of that outside of Silent Hill. Those are all just things that encapsulate psychological horror in general.
The entire town.
With the original games, the town and the cult were what made it different compared to any other psychological horror game. It had a cult. It had a town with a power that had its own rules, that had its own logic, that functioned in a particular way that was unique.
Bits of like rag and tarpaulin, like the glove, for instance, there. It's just like layers upon layers upon layers of life and history.
Removing the town, removing the cult, removing those things just leaves you with psychological horror.
And a lot of the time the player will just
not necessarily Silent Hill.
They won't know why it feels like a real place, but the effort that we've put in will make them feel like it's a real place, and it will give them that sense of history.
Like, I like all of this. I like the setting. I like that they were inspired by all of these real things, like the hog, this particular type of fog.
It's a big moment for us, definitely. For me personally, for the team, you know, we're all big fans. I think that's an understatement to say big fans. You know, we're obsessed.
It's just kind of sad
to be trusted with a franchise like this. It's an
honor. The series
and,
sort of boiled down to this after all this time.
It's really new and really unique.
What if they remove the cult stuff in Silent Hill 1 Remake? I doubt Bloober will do that. I doubt it.
細部へのこだわりが新しい世界観をリアルに感じさせています。こうした丁寧な作り込みはシリーズならではの大切な魅力です。 最後にタウンホールの規模や構成についてお話しし
You've
ま
always
しょう。
wanted a first-person Silent Hill
For
game
sure.
since PT.
And while Annapurna
The
has
short
been
message is
primarily
right
known
there.
over the last decade for independent games from smaller teams,
Or did you
Townfall
mean
is
a
no
good
small
Silent Hill
In
game
fact, it's
in
among
first person?
some of the biggest games that we've ever published.
And while Screenburn is a relatively small development studio at about 30 people, they have been afforded the development time to really realize their creative vision for Townfall. And as a result, Townfall is a full-length, high-quality game that we can all present with confidence following Silent Hill F and Silent Hill 2.
スクリーンバーン、アナプルナ、コナミの3社が手を組み作り上げたサイレントヒルのエッセンスをしっかり取り入れたタイトルとなっています。今年皆さんにサイレントヒルタウンホールを実際にプレイしてもらえることを非常に楽しみにしています。本日のサイレントヒルトランスミッションはこちらで終了となります。
There we go. I told you that was going to be all the transmission. It was just going to be Townfall.
We're so thankful for your patience, and we can't wait to show you more of what we have in store for you in Townfall. We see this project not only as our biggest and most ambitious game yet, but as a love letter to the series that inspired many of the team, myself included, to become game developers in the first place. It's truly an honour to be given this opportunity to contribute to the series, and on behalf of the team at Screenburn, thank you for your support and your encouragement over the years.
We've loved working with the entire team at Screenburn and are very proud of the game they've created. Our goal at Annapurna is to support our developers so they can focus on making the best possible game. It's been amazing to see Townfall come to life throughout development. Thank you to
No
Screenburn
release
for
date?
their partnership.
2026.
And thank you to Konami for
Sometime
trusting
this
us
year.
with the Silent Hill franchise.
Silent Hill Townfall is a labor of love for everybody involved and a true collaboration across the three teams. From the amazing team in Scotland at Screenburn to the revered publisher Konami, not only in Japan but around the world, and ourselves, who are very humbled by the opportunity at Annapurna to co-publish a game for the first time with an existing franchise and bring our unique take to this historic franchise.
スクリーンバーン、アナプルナ、コナミの3社で長い時間をかけて作り上げてきた作品を発表することができて本当に良かったです。本日お見せした通り、非常に丁寧に作り上げていますので、皆様ぜひ楽しみにお待ちください。本日お届けしたサイレントヒルタウンホールは、プレイステーション5と Steam、エピックゲームズにて
Bust out your wish
ウィッシュリス
list.
ト登録受付中です。ぜひ登録をお願いいたします。また、サイレントヒルトランスミッションでは、今後も継続してサイレントヒルシリーズの情報を皆さんにお届けしてまいります。次回もどうぞお楽しみに。本日はご視聴いただき誠にありがとうございました。
Coming 2026, no exact date. Betting October, I would imagine around October. That's a good time to release spooky horror games. That puts a year between this and Silent Hill F. Okay. Well, that is Silent Hill Townfall. I will say I'm just glad to finally see something of it. Like the main part of that transmission that really hit with me is when they were like, back when we revealed this in 2022, and I'm like, holy shit, that's right. It's been more than 4 years since all of this stuff got announced. And in the time since then, we've gotten Silent Hill Ascension, which was horrible. Silent Hill The Short Message, which was just kind of meh. Silent Hill 2 Remake, which I thought was really good. And Silent Hill F, which I thought was alright. But it is, as said, I'm just going to sound like a broken record at this point. Okay, but chat, F isn't just boiled down to Silent Hill 2 and Trauma. It did more than that. The folklore stuff was at least weaved in. I'm sorry, but F was entirely that. Like, it is still following that formula. Just because they sprinkled in some Japanese mythology, even that is left up to like interpretation. They don't go out of their way. And again, it is still about Hinako and her becoming a woman, the themes of trauma from the abuse from her father and how that affected her view of men, how that affected her view of marriage, like motherhood, all of those concepts that is still, again, perfectly fine for psychological horror, but it is still protagonist with trauma being manifested into environments and creatures around them. Like, it's still doing the same thing. It's still the same formula. You can argue about the folklore stuff, and again, I'm not trying to say that it's bad. I enjoyed Silent Hill F, but like, that concept is so tired. And it's so weird to me that the producers like Motoyo Komodo and every time they do these transmissions, whenever we're talking about like evolving the series, like we want to change Silent Hill. We want Silent Hill to be more than just what it always was before. And then they keep doing the same formula, just set in a different location. All they did was change the locations. They didn't change any other part of the formula. Out of all of the things that they're going to separate the series from, the town and its power and the cult were the things that separated Silent Hill from typical psychological horror. And those are the things that have been removed. It's been boiled down to just psychological horror. It is the things that made Silent Hill unique have sort of been stripped away from it. Because like Silent Hill didn't invent fog, it didn't invent creatures manifested from your subconscious. These are ideas and concepts that have been around much, much longer, as parts of psychological horror. People have been making all the movies and everything and books that Silent Hill were inspired by and based on, and influenced by, like those dating back decades and decades. Where that was just, oh my God, I've got cats crying and yowling behind me, breaking my train of thought. But it's a lot to take in. As said, I just need to get past that. Like, this is going to be the common complaint, and unfortunately, being a content creator, being a streamer, making videos, we're going to constantly have people bringing it up in chat and in comments. So it's going to be something that's going to get talked about a lot, whether I want to or not. But Silent Hill has moved beyond that. It is no longer the town. It is no longer the cult and the power and those aspects of what originally set Silent Hill apart from typical psychological horror. It is boiled down now to fog, monsters, trauma. Location is now irrelevant. Which, again, you can still get a good game out of that. I'm not trying to just like shit on Townfall or any future entries for that matter, because at the end of the day, more than just being a Silent Hill fan, I'm a horror fan. I love horror. And if we're just getting some good Konami horror games, I'm good with that. That still pleases me in a lot of different ways. But as a Silent Hill fan, it's sad to see that the series that had a lot more complexity to it from the start, rather than evolving and becoming more complex, has been boiled down to a repeatable formula that has gotten tired. And I think a lot of it is going to matter your perspective. If you're new to horror, if you're new to Silent Hill, if you've only played like 2 and F, 2 Remake and F, you're going to absolutely love this stuff just because it's not tired to you yet. It's not old to you yet. You haven't been experiencing this since 2001. Or since, 1999 in some aspects. But like the trauma trope, that aspect of it really started with Silent Hill 2. And I feel like what a lot of the developers who are making this stuff now, who are trying to capitalize on those aspects and sort of reuse that formula of Silent Hill 2, I think they're missing the parts that actually made Silent Hill 2 good and memorable were not those things. It wasn't just the psychological symbolism of 2 that made it good. It was the quality of the writing. It was the quality of the characters. It was the relatability towards, like, we were having that conversation in chat earlier about how much the character can relate to the characters in the games, even though I don't think that's necessarily like the end all be all for getting into a game or not. It is an important part of, I think, getting into the story more. And yeah, there's just aspects of the series that are gone now, and the things that made Silent Hill 2 really stand out have all sort of just been simplified. It's all been boiled down and simplified into what feels like just a repeatable formula. And now it's just become kind of like the flavor of the week. The only real changing of the flavor is the location. So again, short message was in Germany, Ascension was in Norway, F was in Japan. Now we've got Townfall guaranteed to be in Scotland. And, you know, all of these games are following that formula. Ascension even tried to like switch it up and sort of be a cult thing again. But the problem there was how just utterly nonsensical everything was. To the point where just the format for which Ascension was crafted, I don't think lended itself well to Silent Hill. So even though they kind of tried to do a cult story again, they really flubbed it with Ascension. And unfortunately, I feel like the producers and the higher ups are just going to look at that, and they're going to be like, hey, look, here's Silent Hill F, you know, trauma monsters in the fog, and it's a big hit. And here's Silent Hill Ascension, here's Cult Story, and it was a big flop, so let's not do any more cult stories. They're going to give up on cult stories because the games that are selling well are Silent Hill 2 Remake and Silent Hill F. Those are the ones that are popping off with the fan base. Those are the ones that were breaking sales records for the series. And that's what that's what Konami looks at. They look at the dollars, they look at the sales numbers, and they say, oh, this is what people are enjoying. That's what we're going to make. That's the simplest, most safe way to do it. And again, nobody's complaining about this except for old heads like like me and like a lot of you who are watching this. Again, I think this is a complete non-issue for newer fans, for people who are younger, for people who, you know, like I said, if you came into the series with Silent Hill 2 Remake, Silent Hill F, you're not going to be tired of the trauma fog monster therapist town formula, because you just haven't had it that much yet. So, but that's a big part of the audience now. That's a big part of the sales numbers now. And if it works for them, then that's what we're going to keep getting. Sorry for rambling. Loving missives. Thank you so much for the 36 months. Really, really appreciate it. They will get tired. I mean, Konami is trying to keep up with this like one Silent Hill game a year thing for whoever knows how long, until they stop making money on it. Yeah, Konami will get tired of it when the money stops. Fans will get tired of it when they realize that it's just this over and over. Whether it's fans who are new to the series that get a chance to go back and play the originals, or if it's just playing the new stuff and kind of seeing that it's not. Other than location, the formula stays the same. I don't know. It's hard. I'm trying to think about it in other perspectives, right? Because I feel like my perspective is one that a lot of people don't necessarily share. Even the most diehard of fans don't necessarily play these games and dedicate hours and days and months and weeks and years of their life to researching and making notes and analyzing things further and deeper, and trying to help understand it and share that understanding with other people, and have been doing so for this long. So it's like, My perspective is definitely going to be a more jaded one than I think most people. Most people, I think, are going to be very happy with just getting a good horror game with some action and some puzzles, and, you know, as long as the story's not complete dog shit, I think people will love it. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I feel like it's kind of like Silent Hill F, where, yeah, the atmosphere looks great. And I said the same thing about Silent Hill F. Silent Hill F, other than Silent Hill being in the title, if it was just called Hinako's Adventure and had nothing to do with Silent Hill, you take out the 2 notes that reference White Claudia and Aglophithus, you remove those 2 notes from the game, and basically just have Silent Hill F, you know, without the name, without the words Silent Hill in it, it's really enjoyable as a psychological horror action game. The only real criticism I have towards it, other than like combat, like with Silent Hill separated from it, my only real gripe was the combat. It was that it's a very combat focused game, and the combat didn't feel polished enough for how focused on action it was. That was my only real complaint about it. With Silent Hill completely detached. With the Silent Hill name attached, I have a lot more complaints, because, yeah, the couple little references to White Claudia, I would have rather there been no mention or reference at all, because you can go back and watch my first playthrough of it, where I started getting excited when we found that White Claudia note, and I was like, they're describing White Claudia. I know what this is. They're tying it in. I'm so excited. We're tying it into established lore. And we just never come back to it in any meaningful way. That was it. You here's your note referencing the thing that you recognize, you know, here's the thing for the old heads to recognize and know what we're talking about, but it doesn't really play into the story. Like, kind of, but not really. And it doesn't tie in, again, it's very loose to it tying into the original town. Didn't White Claudia get used as part of the pills, though? Yes, it did. But that's what I'm saying. The White Claudia, the way that it's used, the way that it's described, the effects that it has are not consistent between Silent Hill F and previous entries. The description of the plant and the idea that it can be used for these sort of like spiritual things, talking with your inner self or communing with the gods, depending on whose perspective and how it's interpreted from different people in Silent Hill F, is like as loose of a connection as it gets. And then we have the note that's explaining, like, yeah, we had this missionary come across from overseas, bring this flower to Japan, and that's how it got here, and then gets utilized. But that's it. What I mean is, there's no stronger connection beyond that. We could have had that missionary who brought the plant over be a character, be referenced, have a descendant who's living in Ebisugaoka, who knows the real origins of the White Claudia, and corrects the record that Shu and his, you know, medical background family misunderstood this White Claudia. That never happens. You know, it easily could have been incorporated into the game to make it tie into that cult, the original established cult storyline, much stronger. Instead, it's like a couple of notes just to be like, here's the flower, here's what it does, here's how it got here. And that's the connection. That's it. No, I don't think something like that would have been on the nose fan service, just to have the cult be a more significant part of the story. The way they did it is subtle enough. I mean, at this point, if you're fine with it, you're fine with it. But to me, like, having a game completely outside of the town that the series is named for, without any meaningful connection to that town, is utterly ridiculous. You can mental gymnastics that all you want. But to me, as a Silent Hill fan for 27 fucking years, having a Silent Hill game not in Silent Hill with nothing really establishing it to Silent Hill is ridiculous. And I feel like it is really lazy on the part of the producers right now to say that, you know, oh, we have to grow outside of the town because it's creatively limiting. Just shows how uncreative they are if the only thing that they can be creative about is where the damn game takes place. We're not changing anything else. We're not doing any new twists with the characters, with the protagonists. Protagonist who seems like a good person who's actually done a bad thing. Person who's feeling guilt. How many times did they say guilt in the Townfall trailer where they're talking about Silent Hill's always been about guilt? And it's like, what was your fever dream of Silent Hill 1? Like, Harry Mason was not having his personal trauma guilt monsters, you know, manifested by the town. He was just a guy. He was just a guy looking for his daughter. And all of the cult, all of Alessa's nightmares, all of that was obscure and abstract to him until you as a player going through the journey as Harry, like, put it all together. Alessa felt guilty. It's not, guilt is a subject of, okay, never mind. You're like, you guys gotta be fucking just trolling me. You're rage baiting me. Guilt can be a part of the story without being the main antagonist or main protagonist, like, factor of the game. There is a difference between guilt being a part of a horror story, like, yeah, no shit, it's a common human emotion. Yes, that is involved in the stories in some way, shape, or form. We're talking about, like, a protagonist. A protagonist. Also, yeah, whatever. Jesus, you guys, I'm done. Can't wait for Townfall. As said, it looks good. I'm hoping that it's going to be a good horror game. I think it's going to be a lot like Silent Hill F for me personally, where there's not going to be a whole lot that is separating it from psychological horror and making it Silent Hill, like uniquely Silent Hill. I think it's going to be a pretty generic psychological horror game with some fog and a character whose trauma and guilt is manifesting as monsters around him for the umpteenth time. Anyway, I'm done. That's State of Play. That's Silent Hill Transmission. I'm gonna go edit this conversation for YouTube. I said sorry for throwing an old man fit at the end of it. But that's just kind of where I'm at, man. I'm old and I'm cranky and I'm tired. I haven't slept much. And I was really excited. And I said, as a fan of this series for almost 30 years, it's frustrating. It's frustrating to see how everyone feels about it these days. Like, people care more about vibes. It's all about the vibes. It's all about the vibes. As long as we get some spooky music and some fog, everyone's going to say the vibes are perfect. The atmosphere is immaculate. It's only crotchety old men like me who are complaining about what the series was about 25 years ago. And again, I don't even know why I'm complaining. Because at the end of the day, if it's a good horror game, like, that's awesome. As a horror fan, more good horror games is never a bad thing. I just wish Silent Hill still felt like Silent Hill. More than just warbly pianos and fog. But anyway, thanks you guys for hanging out, for watching me watch other things. I appreciate all the love and support. Thank you so much. All the subs and resubs, new followers. And see you on Discord. Yeah, if you want to discuss it even further, as always, we'll be hanging out in the Discord. We've got designated Silent Hill channels where we share all of our thoughts and feelings and theories. And I promise I won't yell at you. I won't be the angry old man. At least on Discord, there's no... We don't really argue. And I try to keep things civil. But when I'm running on 3 hours of sleep, and yeah, stuff like this, I don't handle it as well. But yeah, thanks you guys. I'm not sure when I'll be back on. Probably tomorrow. Maybe later tonight. After I go back to sleep for a few hours, after I get some editing done. My sleep schedule's been really weird lately, so streams have been all over the place. But yeah, thanks you guys. Till next time, be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Deep breaths. Much love. Peace.